Soon after Henry's born, he's failing to thrive or meet milestones. At age 1, we rush him to the ER for life-threatening complications from a stomach bug. There's a moment in the ER room, Henry's fighting to hold on. And the doctor turns to me and says, "Sing to him." I can't breathe. I can't speak. I can barely hold myself up. Eventually, I make some type of sound, and eventually, the ER team gets him back. The next day, my husband, Carson, and I are nauseous from the shock of almost losing our kid. We notice Henry start to moan and wiggle underneath all the tubes, and he turns to us, deep blue eyes open. That moment, that's the moment we realize nothing in this life is a given. But we have to learn to show up anyways. We spend years navigating medical specialists and diagnoses. Henry's having a really hard time. He's a gentle soul, but every day he has meltdowns where he screams, kicks, throws things. He's not interested in toys, books, anything. We have no idea what to do. And no matter what we try, we feel like we're failing Henry. When his preschool teacher acts on her suspicion that he's not using his vision, he might be blind, and invites a vision specialist to a meeting, we hear the words that change our lives. Henry has behaviors of CVI. What? I've never heard of this before. CVI. It stands for cerebral/cortical visual impairment. It's brain-based blindness. I spent 5 years being Henry's mom without knowing how much he's on the blindness spectrum. His behaviors communicating to us, him trying to survive in a world that is not accessible, in a world where nobody knows he's blind. We're parenting Henry without even knowing him. And his teacher's observations that he wasn't looking at learning materials jumpstarts our path to understanding. Who knew she would become such a hero to hand us this gift of knowledge? And leading up to all this, our family is confronting the grief and trauma that comes with raising a child with disabilities and complex medical needs, and doing so in a society that actively chooses not to be fully accessible or inclusive, where at every turn, I have to prove that Henry is worthy and enough. I have to cut a path forward for him. And this is true for so many parents of kids with CVI, which is misunderstood and underdiagnosed, even though it's the leading cause of childhood blindness and low vision. Armed with this diagnosis, I dive into the research and the online information. I find a CVI parent community. I find my people. I can lean on them and ask them all of my questions. For example, Henry's in the 0th percentile for weight for a really long time. He won't eat for more than 10 seconds at a time. And so I ask my fellow CVI parents, what is going on here? They say, try this. Put a black mat down on the table, get a brightly colored plate with tactile sections, have him face a blank wall, keep the room quiet, and describe the food on his plate. We try this the next night. Henry clears his plate and motions for more. Oh my God, we have a win, finally. We're figuring this out. We're finally on a path to knowing our son, and I can be the parent and advocate Henry needs me to be. And eventually, I help other parents do the same. Henry has changed me in fundamental ways. He's changed the course of my life and my work. Today, I work for Perkins School for the Blind. We empower families and professionals with information, connection, and community and guidance on this uncertain journey. When a parent tells me that our resources help their kid get access to learning in school, I thank Henry. When a parent shares how our community gives them hope and real answers, I thank Henry. And when a parent finally gets a CVI diagnosis after years of wondering, I thank Henry. He's a hero to so many families. Henry is 12 now and in middle school. We are navigating yet another difficult phase of health concerns and new diagnoses. He has a whole list of them now. He's a rare kid with an extremely rare genetic condition, which means we don't know what's coming next. We are still on this uncharted journey. It's still really heavy. My Henry, my first child, he's a kid on the blindness and neurodiverse spectrums who makes others feel seen. Whether it's family, friends, teachers, the cashier at Dunkin', the subway driver, he shows others that they matter. He'll pepper them with questions about what they're having for dinner or which subway line has shuttle buses that day. Henry loves riding the T. It's the subway here in Boston. He knows every stop on every train line. He's the one announcing every station at full volume. Carson and I love to take rides with him because we get to see him in his full joy and flex his expertise and talents. We know him now. For so long, he was a mystery. For so long, we were so afraid for our kid. We still are. But we can find joy in a life filled with hard things. Henry inspires me to help others find that joy. Henry, he's my hero. Thank you.